What's up guys, we are back with another video. Today we are plat 2 and we're slowly going up the ranks and we're getting some diamonds in here too. So in this game we're up against a Heimerdinger and I went electrocute precision. I want to go for short burst trades and just try to poke him out because he's still pretty squishy. I'm also going into Doron shield as well because he's pretty pokey and sometimes you can't avoid his poke. So I'm just going to look to sustain up in the lane. So here starting off, I know Heimer's going to push me in. So I'm just going to start working on the wave because the wave's going to push into me anyway. And if you notice here, I actually throw a lot of Qs at him. Since the wave's going to push into me and I don't really have to worry too much about wave management, I could just focus my attention on him and just Q. He's really squishy too. Him going for autos like that, he's going to take minion aggro. And look, he's already half health. That's really good. We're going to make him pop a potion here. He has me under tower. I'm just going to be trying to farm this safely. You see here, Heimer actually throws his E, and you can actually punish that. So, going for an electrocute trade there. So here, I actually got him pretty low. And so, with that health and me having ignite, I was pretty much looking for a kill angle. So I wait for my cooldowns, my E and my W. And I go in, EW, ignites, flashes away, but wait for my Q to come up, QE, and jump out. That was really close. I almost died because I walked into towers, but we're good. So here I Q, and even though the dagger is not on top of him, you could still jump on him and then walk over to the dagger. And so I E, W, hit the dagger, and if you see my movement, I'm actually trying to avoid the Heimer E, but he actually ends up not using it, which is fine with me, because I'm able to just get the W, and what happens when you pick two daggers is that you get your Shumpo back, and so you could jump out. And that's why it's so safe. So here, this is actually the same combo I mentioned before. So I throw my Q, and he's on top of it. And so I E and I W. If you see, I use my W movement speed to move away. And here, he actually throws his stun. And so he misses his stun here because I move away for that split second, get the electrocute, and I jump out. So that's another free trade. Now we have him pretty low. And so I'm thinking that I can get a kill angle on him as long as I get one more poke off. So here, I go in and try to be tricky with the movement, but he actually ends up hitting me point blank, which is kind of unfortunate. But we got our electrocute off. So I feel like I can just ult him now because he doesn't have his stun. This was another super close fight, but we actually ended up just killing him again. He's very squishy. Now let me show you what happens when go in on Heimer and you don't dodge his E. Just get mauled by his turrets. So you want to make sure you dodge that. It hurts a lot. So here I'm decently healthy. I have Blasting 1 Amptome and Pyke wants to gank mid, and so follow him up here. EW ult, ignite, flash Q. He dies. Didn't see Kha'Zix there, but I jumped out. Kha'Zix actually flashes in to kill the Pyke. We could just kind of chase him down here. So just go for EQ. And now we're at 4 kills. So we're now pretty strong. And we're almost at our Nash. So if you notice that my previous videos, I've actually been going AP a lot. And one of the reasons why is because you can wave clear so fast. Look at this wave clear. You can clear a cannon wave in like a couple seconds. And it's actually really nice. This gives you a lot of control in lane. Now here, we kind of follow the same concept as before. So, you see here, Heimer actually throws his E. And so I'm just going to punish that. Get into range, W ult, jump out of his ulti, and he's dead. So here, I just want to highlight just like a slight variation you can do with the combos. And so, the moment I see Heimer throw his E, he's like still pretty far from me. And so, the combo I go for is Q onto a minion. This way I have a dagger set up closer to him so that I could jump into it, reset my E, and then EW ulti onto him. And I jump away because I don't want to get hit by more of the rockets. But yeah, try that combo out too. It's pretty good. Now we have our Nash and we are Omega strong now. So we're looking to really pressure the map here. The score is what, 10-9? We're 5 kills of that 10. And so we're going to really need to start pressuring. Here I have my Pyke around. And so if Pyke's going to be here in the lane, that means Heimer can't really walk up. And so what I can do is I can just hard shove the wave here and then just start moving on the map. So essentially, Pyke helped me get priority, and then we're gonna roam bottom together. So Ezreal's out of position, so we're gonna kill him. Heimer's still in lane. He's gonna push in though. And Nami's here as well. Gonna jump in, but she ends up flashing. So one thing about versing Heimerdinger is that if you ever move out of lane, this guy is gonna hard shove your tower. And so here, I moved away just for a little bit, and all of a sudden my tower is 1 health. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, you have to be careful roaming around Heimer. But I know Heimer's out of lane here, and I have Nashor's Tooth, so I can take tower pretty fast. So I'm gonna take his tower first. Essentially, we're really strong here. So you see here, Heimer uses E again on the wave. Just going, because he can't punish me for going in. We just pick up another kill. So here we know our tower is pretty low. So it looks like Ezreal and Nami want to get this. I'm gonna try to flank them here and see if I can kill them and punish them for moving up here. I thought I played it pretty well, but actually can't tank 3 people here, and I end up dying. So after dying, I bought my proto belt and I'm going to drag. My team is doing drag right now, and my priority target right now is to kill the Kha'Zix. Their jungler in general, just to make sure that it doesn't get smited away. Here we're able to stick on Alawi just because our mobility is really good. And we're just going to keep chasing from here. Wanted to focus Ezreal first here just to make sure that we get the damage down first. That he doesn't do any funny shit, you know? Now after that fight, I'm just going to push in mid while 3 of them are dead. No one can really stop me here. And I'm just going to stay up here and do some fed AP cat shit, you know? So we see Kha'Zix here, but I'm really fed. And so I can definitely kill this guy. W, Q, Proto, E ult, instantly gets bursted and I just jump out. So this is one thing that I really like about AP Cat, that when you're fed, you can do really dumb things like this. Burst him real quick and be able to jump out. That literally happened in seconds. And so that's why I've been liking AP Cat, just because you can do things like that. So after going back, I bought a Needless and I bought an M-Tome. And I see Ezreal and Nami mid lane, and I feel like there was a potential fight, and maybe I could pick up a kill. Flashing on the Ezreal, get Nami bubbled, but cat mobility is too good. After that kill, I see Heimer pushing really deep into our lane, so we're gonna punish his positioning here. I watch out for the E here, so I kind of move away. And just with a couple abilities, I'm able to just burst him down. You can't really play the game. Another perk to playing AP Cat. Now I picked up a couple side waves, and now I'm back in the mid lane. I bought a Shadow Flame, so now I'm like super strong. And I'm seeing if anyone wants to kind of get the MF here, because a lot of people actually tried to jump in on the ADC as they're farming mid, but they didn't take the bait. So I picked up another couple waves in the side because Heimer pushed it in. And now we're going to rotate mid. And now we see their ADC actually pushed up. And so, I mean, Katarina Pyke mid against their ADC mid lane means he is dead. So with him dead, and Alawi dead as well, we can look to pressure Baron here. Now we take the dragon, and I'm down to push. I'm fresh on the map. And I see Kayn actually getting aggressive here. Our team is backing, but I'm fed AP Cat, and so I'm just going to go in and one-shot things. So Ezreal dies, and then kill the Heimer too. We were able to kill them 2v3, and was that a 2v3? That was like a 2v1, actually. I'm just going to work on their tower and their Nib. Nib should be free at this point. So because we're strong, we can go for plays like this, and we still have to be kind of smart about it. So here, Kayn goes in, and Ezreal actually is away. And so in order for me to catch up to him, I have to jump on something in order for me to set up a Q. And so, EW, Q. You can pretty much use anything to jump on. And then just use your W to like reset your Shimpo. You get the setup on him. And then I just E-ult. He walks away from the dagger, that's completely fine. I'm AP cat, I'm fed. I'm just gonna kill him with ulti anyway. And Heimer's there too, so get damage on the Heimer. And then here, WE. It's a Q. So we get the inhib, and Ezreal's actually pushing in the wave. So I walk up to him, try to pressure him off. And now at this point, I wanna emphasize what's going on the minimap. And so if you take a look, mid inhib is down, so there's gonna be pressure going in here. And here we see 3 people. We see Heimer, we see Nami, we see Ezreal, and we saw Illaoi bottom. You see the formation of our team, we're actually kind of grouped around the bot side. So what I want to do is I actually want to push this in and sort of rotate down after I push the wave. So that I'm gathered up with my team. The whole enemy team is split, and so there's going to be a lot less pressure here on the bot tower. And so that's going to be a lot easier to take for us. Now we can look to continue to push this. Right now, if you see, Jace is pushing top. And so we have 4 people down here. I don't completely agree with this push. I think it's kind of dragging on here. But I'm fed AP cat, and so maybe I could find an opening regardless. Now, when you're this fed, you can kind of break some of the rules. So this push doesn't really look that good since we're all kind of low. But if we get some kind of pick, we might still be able to pressure. So here, I was able to close the distance on the Ezreal. And now, your base kind of opens up, right? Now here, we're going to start working on this bot tower. And Pyke actually gets a hook, and so I'm going to jump in. And then die. So that overall wasn't really a good play. You want to make sure in these situations, especially when you're pushing in as a team, and you're the fed one, that you don't die. Because then your team can't pressure. Like, if all the kills are on you, then you want to minimize death. And make sure you're on the map, so that you can continue to pressure. See how my team just, like, can't really deal with them right now? It's because I'm the fed one, and I'm not there, so it relieves a lot of pressure on the enemies here. Now, we can talk about the Ezreal kill here. And so, set up the Q. I see Ezreal, like, barely on my screen. I move it up, and now I can see him, right? If you see, he's, like, super duper far from me, right? But because I set up the Q here, I can jump on this dagger, and then Proto Belt, and then jump in onto Ezreal. And this would even follow his E as well. So I'm just trying to let you know that even though they're not on your screen, you could potentially still find an angle, just based off of your mobility alone. So I E, Proto Belt, EW, ult, and I kill him. I'm back in the mid lane, and I'm looking to do some stupid AP cat stuff. And so, I have pretty strong items. I can play really aggressive because I have Zhonya's. And so, here I'm kind of doing the same thing. Set up the dagger, Proto. Immediately engage. As long as I get like a good engage off, I feel like I can just get the reset. Try to wipe people out, just with my damage alone. And then here, Rion's dead, but Heimer's still alive. So, kind of go look for him. We're able to kill him too. We have 1 health. You see this trend? Like, this is gonna happen again, okay? Where I'm mid, and I'm looking to just make picks, because if I just get ulti off, pretty sure they just die, right? And so, just using my mobility, I'm just making picks so that we can continue to push into their base. Now here, after getting the pick on Ezreal, that's 1 down. And so with 4 people, pushing mid's a little weird. But again, we're gonna break the rules. Just go and make another pick. Not even 1, 2 picks. And it's just so free when you're this fed on AP Cat, right? You really start pressuring the team just with like a couple buttons. You could just use your R to like kill them. And because you use so little resources, you can really just hard pressure them. You're just able to find an E on them and then ult. Yeah, that's just normal AP Cat gameplay right there.